We made it. Welcome back to We Wine Whenever. We went on our break and we came back, and I think we're still working.
Praise Jesus. Let's hope so.
Yes. Kelly, you want to do a little shout out?
Yeah, I want to do a shout out to Wimmer Tavern, who is a local restaurant in Brick, New Jersey, where we live. And every year, Mort, the owner, hosts the Brick Memorial basketball team to kick off the season. He does a beautiful pasta party for the whole team, freshman, JV, varsity. And he's so generous, and it's just very nice. Thank you, Mort. And please go to Wimmer Tavern. The food's amazing, and he's just a very, very nice guy.
Okay, I got something to say.
All right, what do you have to say?
My grandfather was Mort. And he
Really?
was also a chef and a restaurateur. So there you go.
Oh my God. I wonder if they're related. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Crazy? Yep. But
wait,
Mort
it's not a usual name.
No, it's not.
Is it short for Morton?
I don't know, but I do know that.
I believe so.
Okay.
I know that he came from Frankie's in Point. I don't know if he was a manager there, but I know he was at Frankie's for years. And then when Craig's went out of business, he bought the place and made Wimmer Tavern. And the food's just amazing there. Anyway,
the food is awesome.
It's great
so
food.
Good. And he's just very generous to host the boys every year like that. And he always, as they're leaving, the boys always thank him. And he always wishes them a good season.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice.
Okay, so we're going to do,
Hills.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 13, episode 6. We start out with Dorit and Crystal go over to Kyle's house, and they walk into the kitchen, and she said she's so disorganized, and she shows the pile of mail. Well, I saw that pile of mail, and it resonated with me because I hate mail, and I let it pile up for about a month.
Oh, I can't. Laura, you have a pile of mail like that?
Pile of mail, yeah.
Yeah.
I have no fucking pile of mail. I go through my mail every day. And you know what? I think I'm a little OCD. I check my mailbox like 15 times, knowing damn well I already got the mail for the day. Because I can't stand thinking that there's something in there that I haven't seen.
Is there ever anything good?
I mean, I got NJM insurance twice a year. I got to check. Other than that, no, it's fucking people asking for money. But
exactly.
I think it's because I have worked for lawyers for so long. I was thinking about this. The thought that somebody is sending me something that requires a reaction, that is why I do it, I think.
Oh, that could be.
Because we have clients who are like, I never got it. We're like, no. And especially now in the new age, like you got emails and we know damn well you got a hard copy. So
right.
I think that's why.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she had mentioned that she doesn't have a house manager.
Right. She needs someone to help her organize. Right.
Yeah. Rich girl
if these women only knew the way we live,
they'd be appalled.
Could you imagine?
They'd be like, how do they get through the day? And we're like, hanging by a thread and a little bit of wine.
A lot of wine.
Hiding in the bathroom.
And for me, cigarettes.
Hey, whatever you got to do. You got to do what you got to do.
The occasional edible. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
So they're talking about what had happened with Sutton and how she reacted and how Sutton thinks that Erika set her up at the hotel when the elevator opened. Listen, I think she may have, but who cares? I mean, your reaction was ridiculous whether she set you up or not. Like, you're just not.
I do think Erika set her up. I'm not going to lie.
I do too.
I think it was production. Come on. It made for good TV.
Right. Absolutely. I think production went to Erika and told her, have Mikey come up with his partner and let's see how this goes.
It's funny because I don't really feel like Erika is someone you can produce. I mean, certain people I think you can produce, but I don't feel like Erika's going to be the one that like folds to that.
I
I
think
don't.
every single housewife trying to save their job will be
Really?
produced right now.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's
All
all
right.
about the
Yep.
paycheck at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
It's all about the
Absolutely.
paycheck. The
All
One
right.
day we're
production
going to talk
comes to
about
her.
Kyle on Below Deck.
Production comes to her and
Oh,
says,
yes.
you know, this is what we're going to do. The elevators are going to open. The guys are going to be there. You're going to blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. She says, okay,
Yes.
come on.
Yep. Yep.
That's how it goes.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I totally agree.
So then Garcelle, in her confessional, they're talking about the jewelry, and Garcelle says, the only time I noticed jewelry is after the robbery. Dorit still had hers. That was like,
That was
whoa.
serious
As she
shade.
picks up the glass of water and drinks from the
Yep.
Yes.
And
straw.
there's a
Well, we don't know
very
that it was
long
water.
sip.
Yeah.
We don't know it was water.
Yeah.
And that honestly was a little out of character for Garcelle, but good for her. Listen, Garcelle, I've said it before, I think she is the classiest housewife they've ever had in all of the franchises across the board. I really do.
But that doesn't mean she can't throw some shade.
No,
It doesn't mean she
absolutely.
can't be a little messy once in a while.
Right.
Yep,
And really,
absolutely.
quite frankly, I'm sure that Dorit has lots of jewelry. And
Yeah,
just because she saw her with some jewelry after the fact, it doesn't mean that every single piece of her jewelry got stolen in the
right.
robbery. She could have had some stolen. I'm sure she has multiple saves. I'm sure she had some of it on her that she wears every day, and maybe that's the jewelry that Garcelle was seeing, her everyday jewelry that she
They live
wears.
in Beverly Hills, for crying out loud. There's panic rooms, there's underground
Right.
there's underground tunnels in houses in Point Pleasant. You don't think Beverly Hills has them? Like
Yeah.
people, there's places to hide your jewelry. The good shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason that she said that was because Sutton made the comment about you're not wearing the ring. Who made the comment to Kyle that she wasn't wearing her ring?
Yes,
And she
Sutton.
was it Sutton?
Sutton
Yeah.
did, and
So
Well,
yeah.
did
said she had a
Garcelle bring it up
sapphire
at the
ring on.
dinner? Sutton said it, I think, in a confessional. Maybe Garcelle brought it up at the dinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the rumors are out there. Sutton discussed the rumors with Garcelle, which I think is messy. I don't think that
The rumors.
the rumors.
Rumors.
I don't think that you sit down with a camera on you in a public restaurant and talk about tabloid information about your cast members who are supposed to be your friends, because
Yes.
Sutton and Kyle were friends. I mean, Sutton
Yes.
rented Kyle's house. Like they were friends. And then
Their dynamics changed.
yeah, and then she caught her house on fire. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like you have to pick and choose, but I don't think that was right what Sutton did. I don't think she's been good to Kyle. I think that she's just worried about how Kathy's going to perceive her, and she wants to be invited to Kathy's parties. So she'll do whatever she needs to do, her and Jennifer Tilly, so they can continue on that Kathy Hilton train. That's what I
Yes.
think. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm
Plus,
saying
it
absolutely a
all
lot.
makes for good reality TV.
Well, there
Yeah.
has to be some kind of, and I hate this about the Housewives because it wasn't always like this. I keep saying it, sound like a broken record, but there always has to be protagonist and an antagonist, right?
Right.
Well, like they
So,
always have to play a stupid game. They always have to have an argument. Somebody always has to fuck up somebody's public event. Yada,
right,
yada, 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 yada,
right,
yada, yada.
right.
And again, now we have the dinner at Kyle's, and of course, Sutton is going to bring up the brilliant time to have a conversation when everybody's waiting for you to start a dinner. That's just so produced.
No, that wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't. It
I'm
wasn't the
just
right
gonna say
time.
it. I don't know what Erika Jane is on, Ozempic or whatever she's on. She does not look good. She does not look healthy. She needs to get off of whatever she's on.
I particularly don't feel she looks good in her confessionals, especially when she's wearing that pink latex.
Yeah.
It's just
no.
too.
You gotta get rid of the latex, man.
She looks too tiny, too gaunt.
And
Like
it's
she just doesn't
cheap.
look good. It is cheap looking.
Well,
I know.
Maybe that works for you on stage, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not latex. We should just rule it out in general, unless you were on stage performing.
I agree.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel the same way about pleather pants. By the way, I was trying to get together my outfit for a Christmas party I'm going to this weekend, and I have a couple pair of these pleather pants. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought them. Pleather
Oh, I have
leggings.
leather leggings.
Pleather
No,
pants.
Pleather?
so
No.
I like my leather leggings.
They're too hot. Aren't they
Oh
hot?
yeah, they
I
are.
told you that. I told you that about Erica on the stage with that latex
Yes.
outfit on.
Yes, that's
She
got to
was
be
hot.
hot.
It's hot. It's hot.
It's hot. It's
Now,
hot.
speaking of housewives and how they look, and I don't mean in a mean way, I think Sutton looks very, very, very thin and gaunt. When you look at the size of her legs in her dress, I feel bad. It's like, girl, you got to eat something. She's just too. A lot of these girls are just too thin.
But that's the problem. They're all putting so much emphasis on being so thin, and they're going to and I'm not saying this about Sutton because I don't really think she's doing any, Ozempic or anything like that.
I don't think she is
Personally,
either.
I think that Sutton is very depressed about her divorce still.
Absolutely.
And that's, we've all been there. We've all had breakups where we get depressed and we lose weight.
I'm not passing any
Unfortunately
judgment
for
on her.
me, when I got over my breakup, I bounced right back and I just gained that shit right back. And then some. And then I started having kids and it was all downhill from there.
And it's not about how
And then
she looks. I
met a nice guy and I got happy and I got fat.
Yeah.
End of story. So you know what? Sutton will be fine. She's going to meet a nice guy. She's going to get fat. She's going to be real happy.
Yeah. And it's not that I'm judging her for the way she looks. I just want her to be happy and healthy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think her weight loss has. I mean, I don't know if she lost weight. We never saw her prior to her divorce, but I just think that she's still struggling with her divorce.
And how about when Dorit shows up at her house? I don't think she was very supportive.
Well, she came over to help her with the matchmaker so that they could, because the matchmaker was giving her 3 choices to choose from, and they wanted to narrow it down to one.
Dorit was good. No?
What?
I don't think Sutton was good with the choices. I mean, Sutton was talking about
no,
PK.
but Dorit didn't have anything nice to say in regards to Sutton. When the matchmaker was trying to speak in regards to Sutton and things that she had learned, Dorit was not very nice, saying that, you know what I'm talking about, Wendy, right? When she said...
No, I don't. I actually thought Sutton was more inappropriate than Dorit in that particular situation. And I'm not normally like that because I'm not a huge Dorit fan.
No, Dorit said that... what did she say? The matchmaker said that Sutton didn't want somebody with a lot of money, and then she did. Sutton was self-aware. And Dorit was like, oh, I don't think Sutton's self-aware at all.
She's not. She's right. She's not self-aware.
Yeah,
she's not self-aware. And
yeah, but to call her out in front of someone that she's hired like that is not exactly cool either.
It's not, but if you're truly there as her friend and trying to help her find someone, you kind of have to be honest.
I got
so maybe she was just trying to be honest in that moment. I like Dorit, so I hope that's what she was doing. I don't recall what you're saying. I'm sure. Obviously, I know you know what you're talking about. I don't recall that, so I think that maybe Dorit was just trying to be honest and helpful in the situation.
Yeah, it was just funny when Dorit was like, look, Sutton, I don't think you can be like so picky with your fashion choices because one of the bachelors had on black tie, black shirt, black jacket.
Yeah,
then,
but
of course,
Sutton was
who
making
gives
a
a
deal
fuck?
about. But that's what Sutton
Like,
like.
who
That's my
cares?
point. Sutton was like, I don't know. He's wearing all black on black, and Dorit's in her confessional is like, well, the monochromatic look is in, and it is in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why was Sutton being so superficial?
It's
because
never
I don't
really
think
out,
Sutton
to
is
be
really
honest
ready
with you.
for it. I
No,
think
you're
she's
right.
ready to date.
Exactly.
I think she's going to find something wrong
Just
with
more and
everybody.
more. That's it, because she's not ready to date. Listen, we've all been there.
I don't know. I don't think I've been there.
I've been there. Listen, my ex-fiance and I broke up. I was single for a little bit. My sister knew somebody whose brother was a doctor.
Ooh.
And, yeah, and she had this guy, and she had this guy call me.
The doctor?
I totally blew him off.
What kind of doctor was he?
I don't know, but looking back, I'm like, listen, I love my husband. You know,
No.
I'm very happily married.
I get it.
I'm like, the fuck was wrong with me? But I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But now, if somebody said, well, thank you, Jesus, my daughter has a wonderful, wonderful boyfriend. But if somebody, you know, say she didn't have a very nice boyfriend and somebody wanted to hook her up with a doctor, I'd be like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, but by the way, we wouldn't do that because he's actually one of our few listeners. Or at least he likes our posts. I mean, he's my favorite fan. He's my favorite fan.
He's such a good guy. Like, honestly.
We love us some Andrew.
We're not mentioning names. AF. AF.
Nice.
AF, we're your biggest fan.
Yeah, we really are. and I'm honestly only saying that because I'm just trying to put it in perspective. But what a
I get it.
Good guy.
I get it.
What about Kyle's party or THC dinner?
But wait, let's talk about the tattoo first. The Kyle's tattoo.
It was stupid.
It was
a stupid tattoo.
No, I mean,
I'm more convinced now that they are not a couple after seeing that scene. I'm more.
No, they're not. They're not.
They're not.
I mean, Kyle went through a very rough year. She lost her very good friend to suicide. And honestly, that's what brought Kathy and Kyle back together, is because they were friends for a long time, the three of them. That's why that's what brought Kathy and Kyle back together. That's what it put it back into perspective for Kathy and Kyle. So, like, that's a lot. And she didn't feel like Mo was there for her. And I can get, like, listen, sometimes they don't get it. They don't know the emotions that go with it. They don't feel it the same way that we feel it. She decided, you know what? I don't need to drink anymore. It's not doing me any good. Drinking is not, making my life better.
Even when she said, like, he clearly has events almost every night. Sometimes I just want to stay home and read a book. Listen, I love drinking with you ladies. We love having our wine. I don't want to do that every night. I don't want to do that more than once a week, quite honestly. Like, that's enough for me. Well, once in a while, two times a week, but that's enough. Like, I like to be home. I like to be home with my family.
Right. Plus, not only that, it's not only having that, it's you have to get ready for that. You have to get dressed. You have to do your face. You have to do your hair. And I mean, I won't even do it for a freaking podcast. I can't imagine having to do it 2 or 3 times a week to go to some social event. No.
Absolutely.
No.
That's a lot. For a woman, that's a lot.
Yeah. It is a lot.
And to have to worry about what you're wearing and fuck that 5 nights a week.
I like my pajamas. If I can be home in my pajamas, I'm happy.
And your sweats, absolutely. Yeah.
Maybe next episode we'll do it in our pajamas. Although actually, I don't know.
I do it in my house head clothes every time. So now you guys can.
I know, but I don't know that.
I mean, clearly I'm in a velour tracksuit right now, so I'm not. I didn't bring my A game tonight, but let's do pajamas.
Next episode we're going to do pajamas. Okay. I mean, I have legit pajamas. I know that we had this conversation before. Like, you don't know, not most people don't wear pajamas. I buy pajamas. I have legit pajamas.
Do you like put pajamas on every night to go to sleep?
every night. I will not sleep in my street
Really?
clothes.
What are you
I
sleeping,
won't.
Kel?
She
I
sleeps
sleep
in
in,
she's
like,
leggings or
leggings and a t-shirt.
oversized t-shirts, right? I
Yeah.
can't
No,
sleep
I
in
sleep in
leggings.
pajamas.
Or shorts and a t-shirt in the summer.
No,
You wear
listen.
pajamas every night, Laura?
Yeah.
I wear pajamas every night.
And you know
I wear
what?
pajamas.
I'd say 4 nights out of the 7, I wear my mother's pajamas.
Really?
Oh,
That's
well,
Yeah.
that's
sweet.
very sweet. That's
Yeah.
very sweet.
I
Very
wear her
sweet. Laura.
pajamas. But no, I like my pajamas.
No, of course I don't.
There's
blame
2
you.
things I like. It's my pajamas and my bed. I know that's weird, but
No,
I've always said this.
I'm literally gonna go home and order myself a pair of pajamas. So when we do the pod, I have a nice, fresh, clean pair of pajamas,
pair of pajamas.
matching top and bottom.
I
Okay,
had a conversation
we don't do
today.
our bottom.
Yeah, I had a conversation today with my friend in Florida, and she's lost her husband last year, and she's a little, drifting, but she's always so busy doing this and that. And she said, I feel like I'm wearing myself out. And I said, you know what, honey, you really have to learn how to embrace being a bed whore. Just embrace it.
Oh, Lori has been a bed whore as long as I know her.
Embrace being a bed whore.
I'm a makeup whore.
I've never
Lori is a
heard that
bed
word
whore.
before. I've
a
never heard
bed
that word
whore?
before.
Absolutely. Me,
I only heard it from Lori.
I never
my
heard
It's
that
very
word.
mother,
funny.
myself, and my daughter, it's generational. We are all
Okay.
bed whores. We all
Yeah.
love our bed. We don't have any problem lounging, staying in the bed all fucking day if it's possible. We don't have any problem. We don't feel bad about it. We revel in that shit.
Good.
So you
So
gotta
you're
roll.
saying you're very well rested?
If I so choose to fucking be, yes. Absolutely.
I love you, Lori. I love you.
You gotta learn to love it.
No, listen.
All right, let's get back to Beverly Hills. Did Mo always call Kyle Love Bean, or I've never heard it before this season?
Me
Been
neither.
a watcher from the beginning.
Me neither. It's the first I heard it too. But I mean, the way he says it, it's so natural. I feel like he's always said it. We just never saw it. It's not like
I
it doesn't
agree
seem
with
forced.
you.
It doesn't
I
seem
agree with
forced.
you, but I'm telling you, it's part of the whole ploy.
All right.
I
It's
agree with
borderline
you.
creepy.
It sounds, but it does sound very natural. Listen, I love Mo.
I like Mo too.
I love Mo, and I love when he says "love me."
But listen, I feel like Mo can be a little much. He is a consummate salesperson. He's a real estate mogul. He is going. He's 100% on. He's charismatic, and I feel like, you know what? She's kind of done with that.
Yeah,
You know?
sell.
Don't you think that part of this, it's almost like the Joe Giudice thing. Like, listen, we're on this show now. You got to make money. He goes out, he starts the agency. Like, she was probably pushing him, like, we need money, like Teresa with Joe, like, we need money.
I don't think so.
Keep up.
I don't think so.
Hey, Wendy.
Why does it always come back to Teresa?
It always comes back to Teresa.
I'm just saying, I feel like maybe the show.
It's 6 degrees of separation from Housewives of New Jersey.
Any housewife, anywhere.
But I feel like the show puts pressure on the housewives, and then the housewives put pressure on their husbands. And I think that maybe Kyle. I think that Kyle and Mo are perfectly fine, and they're going to make it. They're in it for the long haul.
I do too.
But I do think that maybe not. You know what? Maybe not with them.
I feel like I want them. I'm rooting for them. I am rooting for them.
I'm totally rooting for them. And I hope that I am right where I say this is a fake storyline, because although
I don't
lose
think
a
it's
little
fake.
respect for her,
I don't think it's fake.
I'll lose a little respect for her, but I'll be happy that their family is intact because I love their family.
You'll lose respect for her, but not for him if it's fake.
I'll lose respect for all of them.
All right, it's not fake. It's definitely not fake. I don't think it's fake.
All right, what do we think about Sutton's whole deal with the reason she was so upset about Magic Mike and blah 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 was because her husband and moving away to London and the kid and Kyle's reaction?
So I think that that is an upsetting thing. I feel for Sutton because she is coming into her own now. She's got a show. She's on the show. And if she really had to get up and leave and move to London, clearly she wouldn't be on the show anymore. And she obviously is nervous enough. I didn't like the dig that she made about your husband sells real estate. My husband is, you know, or my
Global.
ex is a global powerhouse or whatever she said. I didn't like that dig, but I get it. She must feel very intimidated by her ex-husband. So she must have really felt like this could happen. He could fuck my whole life up right now.
I feel like Sutton has never been in control of anything. I mean, when
Right,
she got divorced, she had no idea what
right,
their holdings were. If
right.
she hadn't, I don't know who suggested she get whatever attorney she got or whoever.
A forensic accountant.
Yes, I don't know who did that for her, but whoever did that for her is the hero in this story because
What?
she was not aware of what was going on, just like Erika was not aware what's going on. And
And Sutton told her, you better get a forensic accountant, right? She
right,
told her.
because someone told Sutton. Sutton didn't figure that out on her own because Sutton
No.
Sutton is not that smart. Sutton is
Right.
not that smart.
Well, I don't think it has to do with how smart she is. I just think that she was very insulated during her marriage. She was a very traditionally married girl. She stayed home. She didn't work. She took care
Yeah.
of her children. Her husband didn't want her to work. He didn't feel like she needed to work, which is all fine. But I just think that she really just was ill-informed about how life really was because she was just
Well,
being the mom and
It's
being the wife and just not.
it's funny that
and
you
then,
say that. As soon as you said that, the first thing I think of, and this is just me, I think she was subservient.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
that is just who she is, regardless of who she was married to.
She might not have started out that way, but when her husband started making money,
Yes.
the roles kind of change. But what's interesting is if she were still working and making the money also, it wouldn't probably have happened that way.
Right. Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I know couples like that where the husband starts making money, they puff their chest up like, you know, but
Yeah.
if there's a woman there equally making money, it's a little bit of a different dynamic. But she wasn't because he asked her to not work, correct?
Right.
He did. No, he did ask her to not work. But I
Yeah.
think of other, I think of other housewives. For example, Ramona. Ramona went on the Housewives. I know she's got a bad rap right now about the stupid stuff
Yeah.
she said, but that's just who she
Yeah.
is. But when she
Yes.
went on the Housewives, she had to sit down with her husband and her child. Like, is this something we want to do? And they said, yeah, we're going
Right.
to do this and we're going to make it work for us. We're going to promote our businesses and we're going to make money with it. And honestly, I've listened to Ramona's podcast from the beginning and I liked Ramona. I mean, she was the apologizer and she still is the apologizer. And she's the most politically incorrect person I've ever encountered.
Besides
but the
me.
bottom no, you guys are probably
You're,
comparable. You're comparable. Actually,
Ramona's
she's worse.
pretty
No,
bad.
she's worse. She is worse.
Yeah.
You know what it is? She has a bigger platform. But the same thing
Right.
about you is the same thing I feel about Ramona. You guys both have good hearts and there's no malicious
Absolutely.
intent on anything.
Exactly.
And Ramona's the
And
exact
here's
same
the
way.
thing.
Is the exact
And
same way.
things that may have been acceptable 20 years ago
Are no
aren't
longer.
acceptable today.
Right.
And
right.
that's what we have to embrace and that's
Right.
what we have to acknowledge.
Right.
That's all. And she doesn't.
Well,
And
she
I
has
do think
when it's pointed out to her, she acknowledges it, but she doesn't see it herself because
she
she's in her.
acknowledges it and then she does it again. It's like, oh dear God, Ramona,
I
like
know.
just shut the fuck
I
up.
know.
It's like,
I know.
well, I'm not even gonna say his name, but it's like, just shut the fuck up.
I know, but you
But
guys
I'm
like
gonna
to
Literally,
feel
because
that way
I
about
agree
me
with you. I don't
sometimes
think there's
too.
any malicious intent. I don't
no,
think
there's
any malicious
no
intent.
malicious intent,
But
and you.
but my goodness gracious, just shut up.
But no one would ever call Ramona subservient, ever.
No,
Ever. Ever.
no.
And Lori, no one would ever call you subservient either.
Fuck no.
No.
Say
Right?
it. Fuck no.
No.
So, like, there's a difference. You know what I mean? Like, there is a difference. Like, Ramona, it is what it is. I still like her.
Yeah.
I am still a fan of hers. I will still listen to her podcast. I think it's ridiculous that she got canceled. She has always been the same person she is right here and right now. She does stupid shit for stupid reasons. She has a good, clean, pure heart. She just is not educated on today. She's not educated on the cancel culture, which is what it is. It is what it is. And you know what? I don't know. I'm not writing her off.
No, I know. I agree. But I do think that Sutton was definitely subservient. Her husband started making a boatload of money, especially if he came from nothing, or not
Right.
nothing, but he built this empire. And she was like, "What the fuck? Like, holy shit!
Right.
Okay, I'll stay home with the kids. Like, I don't have to
Right.
work. Okay,
Right.
like, But that grew and grew, and clearly, listen, he's a man. He's making money. I'm gonna be late from work tonight. Like, you don't fucking think any. Listen, Eric will say, I'll be late. Okay, I don't think twice about it.
Right.
I don't think twice about it. I trust
Right.
my husband 100% wholeheartedly. In 22 years, he's never given me any reason not to. So she probably felt the same way. And then, just like Garcelle, that rug was ripped right out from under her. It sucks.
Yeah. And now
It
she
does.
has to try and assimilate into a world that she's really not familiar with. So you have to
Yes.
kind of understand that too. I mean, when Kyle was like, so big deal. You have to go to the lawyer and get like more money for your child support. No, that's not it. It's that you now have to deal all over again with attorneys and all the legalities, and all that shit just drags and brings up all those old feelings and those old insecurities, and it just dredges everything up again. So I kind of feel like Kyle was not necessarily very sympathetic or understanding to where Sutton was coming from. But again,
she wasn't, but it was because Sutton was coming for her because of her relationship with her sister Kathy.
Absolutely.
I totally agree.
You have to kind of look at the whole big picture, you know?
Yeah. So she kind of brought it
We're
upon
a half
herself.
hour
I
in
agree.
and we haven't gotten to the dinner yet. Just FYI.
Okay.
All right. And we never even mentioned about Garcelle going out with her son Jax. We didn't talk about that either.
Oh, and the $70 steak that he ordered? No wonder he was yakking.
All right, let's give it a yep. Okay, so we love Jax. He's very mature.
Yes.
He ordered
Very
a $70 Wagyu steak.
Yeah.
And he let his mom know that he Googled it and saw what happened between her and his father. And he's not taking sides. He knows that it was his father's fault. He said that.
Right.
I mean, those were his words. But you know what? He's moving forward. And you know what? That's impressive because
very impressive.
No, I think that her boys are very mature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, like Wendy and I have boys that age. I can't even imagine having that conversation.
Well, maybe if you bought your son the $70 steak, he'd be a little more forthcoming.
he might talk to me about something.
Yeah.
Mine wouldn't. Mine. No, maybe if I bought him a $70 facial.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
I have to speak his language.
Yes.
It's not Wagyu steak.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Right.
That's your son's language.
I
get it.
Steak, so I think I'll
get it.
I'll get to him. Yeah.
All right. So then we do Kyle's weed party.
And so we meet Anna Maria.
Yes.
I am going to show you a picture of the first prom that I went to. It wasn't my prom. It was my ex's junior prom.
Okay.
Her dress looked like a prom dress, and her dress looked like a prom dress that I wore to a junior prom in. I graduated in 92, 1989. I want to
Okay, so we're
say
in the 80s. Woof.
that's what her dress looked like. I'll show you a picture.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of Anna Marie.
It's weird.
Right
I
out the
feel
gate.
like okay, so I just said we're on episode 6 and we're just meeting her. Why? Why do we have to get 6 episodes in until we met her? Because she's a
I
housewife.
think I know why. Her
Why? Tell me.
husband is an ex. I believe her husband is an ex NFL
NFL.
player,
Yeah.
and now
he's in
a
trouble.
host, and he's in trouble.
Oh,
He's in trouble.
Wait.
Yep.
Is this the one that Crystal said yaks a lot? And she's
Wait,
very
what?
nosy? Didn't Crystal say that about
Crystal
her?
does something because that in coming attractions, Anna Maria says you should thank me for making you relevant. And you know what, Anna Marie? Fuck you. Crystal's been here longer than you, so sit down. She's been here longer. Sit down.
Yeah, I think that's
How
the
do you
girl
really
that
feel?
Crystal was talking about.
And her husband is not being accused of whatever your husband's been accused of.
I love Rob, by the way. I love
I
Rob.
do too. I love Crystal's husband.
I do. So, okay, so 6 episodes in, we're meeting that new housewife for the first time, and there's scandal around her husband.
Right.
Is she going to last? Is she going to be at the reunion, do you think? She's going to make it through the whole season? What do you think?
I don't know, because I think that at this point they've demoted her to a friend because of
they
her
did.
husband. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I read. I could be wrong.
All I
We'll
know
have to wait and
So
see
she
what
might
happens.
be at the reunion.
is Denise and her friend came to that party whacked.
Camille.
Yes.
Lit.
So, Denise's
They were
friend
lit.
is Camille Grammer, who was married to Kelsey Grammer from
Frasier.
Are you familiar with that, Lori?
Nope. Don't watch that show.
Nope.
Did you watch Cheers?
Yes,
A little
cheers.
bit.
Yeah. So he was Frasier on Cheers. He was married to Lilith, who you very rarely saw on the show. And then when Cheers ended, he got a spinoff, which was fucking hysterical. I watched Cheers and I watched Frasier.
I did too.
And Frasier's back. Frasier's back.
Really?
Yes. I don't know what it's on. I will
With
totally
Kelsey
watch
Grammer?
it. Yes. And
I won't
his
watch
brother.
it. I don't. I like it. Listen, I don't like Kelsey Grammer as a person. I liked him as a character, but I do not like him as a person.
Whoever child that is coming downstairs.
Somebody's coming downstairs. We're not naming people because I don't
I
want to be
hope they
named.
don't have to use the
Nope,
bathroom.
I'm locking it right now.
I hope so too. Lock the door, quick. Lock the door.
We gotta move this along. We're at 38 minutes. We gotta move this along.
All right, we got to wrap this up. All right. So
Denise was lit.
Denise was lit, and Erika asks, "Where's our hostess?" And Sutton says, "In denial about something." And then Kyle says she brought the ring for herself, and it has nothing to do with Mo. And then Garcelle says the big elephant in the room is what's going on with your marriage. And then that's pretty much it. And we're going to have to wait till next week to find out what's going on. Right?
So I'm just going to say something right now. I have gained a lot of weight. My wedding band and my engagement ring do not fit me. So I have actually asked Eric, the only thing I want for Christmas is to get my engagement ring resized so I can wear it. But in the meantime, I went out and bought myself another ring. I did.
Good for you.
And that's what I wear right now until my engagement ring is resized. So I believe Kyle in that she says, listen, as long as I have a ring on this finger, it means I'm married. It doesn't fucking matter what ring I'm wearing. I happen to absolutely love the engagement ring Eric picked out for me. I want that resized because I love it. But it doesn't matter what ring I wear on that finger. I just want to wear a ring on that finger because I am married.
Right. And
that's
you know,
it.
listen,
so
Kyle,
I totally 100% believe her.
Kyle lost a lot of weight, so her ring is probably too big.
Exactly.
Yes, it's
Absolutely.
very expensive to be out and about. And like she said, it's in a safe. It's in the, didn't she say it's in the bank or something?
And she's not the first housewife to say that.
Right.
When you have a ring that costs, it could possibly cost a couple
Right.
$100,000.
You don't
Her
necessarily
ring, not
sport
my
it
Or
ring,
around all
even
the
obviously,
time.
tens of
but her ring.
thousands.
Right. So yes, you put it in a safe, and that's an heirloom now.
Right.
And you wear whatever the hell you want on
Right.
your finger.
Right. Unless you're Dorit, then you walk around with $10,000 in your handbag and get your handbag stolen.
Absolutely.
But, you know,
Yeah.
that's just
right.
Dorit.
That shit is not adding up, that 10 grand.
No.
In the pocketbook, walking
No.
around Target, pushing a carriage.
No, it is not.
Nope.
All right. We have to wrap this up. Thank you for listening or watching us on We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm
and
Callie.
I'm Lori. Nighty night.
Yes, and please like us, share us, give us 5-star reviews on any social media platform or wherever you get your podcast. Until next time.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know how to stop it.
You got to hit stop.